Okay, and welcome. Welcome. Let us do a little sound check and make sure that everyone is hearing me. All right, looks like we're good to go. So before we get started, let me say hello to everyone in the building. I would love to welcome you all in and personally say hello to each and every one of you. Apologize if I can't make it happen, but I'm going to try. Tonight's show is called Delphi, a closer look at the audio, the BG video analysis part 2. And today is Thursday, March 27th. And if you're on the replay, well, who knows? But we appreciate having you here. And we'll get started. And I'll tell you what we're doing, where we're at, and what's going on with us. Okay. So before we get started, though, let me go on into the deep dive, saying hello to everyone who is here in the live chat. While I do that, please take the time to go ahead and hit the like button if you'd like to do that. Appreciate it. All right. So let's see. We have the Court of Public Opinion is in here. Thank you for being here, Court of Public Opinion. Dave Bird is here. Dave Bird. Also, Mark Ellis. Rebecca Ann, 1965, is here. Teresa, Sunflower. Rhonda Holton. Don McKenzie. Spicy Cappy. Can't think of one. Stephanie. Dawn Steele. Kate Eleanor. Sweet Dude Shibby. Heavy Metal Rehab. Kaleido Hope. Plain Iron. Also, we have Steve Johnson. Welcome. Thanks for being early. Oleg Cat. Digital's here. Amy with the flowers. Thank you, Amy, for being here. Also, Silenced is here. Appreciate having you here, Silenced. Also, welcome Asha Harry, Heather Brown, and I don't want to miss anyone. Brenda Mays, Scott Perkins. Can't think of one. Oh, I already said that. Okay. We got Bonnie is here. 4 Pit Bulls Across America. Apologize if I'm not seeing so well tonight. I got a lot going on over here. Let's see. Jalen, welcome. All right. Cinesplat. All right. Jody Ehrlicher, welcome. And I'm glad that you're here. You are welcome here. And everyone, I'm sure, greeted you. And if they haven't yet, maybe they will now. And we're also glad to have new people joining. Okay. Crazy Girl 1203. Welcome. And I'm glad that I'm glad that you're here while packing for a move. So maybe this will entertain you. Okay. We got Chris Canusa. Kay is here. All right. Rachel Smith, Tracy Fleetwood, Lowered Customs, Dennis McKean, KFC, Jonathan Smith, EWTN. All right. Lena's here. Hey, you, Lena. Okay. Old Mort, New Mort. Yes, it's the day before Friday, isn't it right? Deb is here. Welcome, Miss Deb. All right. So glad to see everyone in the chat. Just checking this chat, making sure everyone's here. Royal Wee, what's up? All right. Gene Jackson. Hello. How are you, Gene Jackson? Welcome in. All right. We're getting through this. Gretchen Allen's here. Dirty Diana. JoJo's here. Welcome, JoJo. All right. Appreciate you guys being here. Lisa's here. Welcome, Lisa. Geez. Maybe you can stay awake. I hope you do stay awake. Paula's here. Welcome, Paula. All right. Nicole Watt. Welcome in, Nicole. Marie Kelly. Welcome in, Marie Kelly. All right. Laura Naran. Welcome in to you. Jennifer Hoff. Welcome in. Okay. Let me see everyone in here. Sheila Bridges, hello. All right, Stephanie. Rod Holt, welcome in, Rod Holt. Honored having you here. Jake Brooks, welcome in. Honored to have you here too. Jake Brooks, ding dong. All right, 5 Green Acres, honored for you to be here. All right, everyone is here, and I'm so glad to have everyone here. All right. Don S., welcome in, Don S., and welcome in, Mr. Keith. I see you around these YouTube streets, Keith. Welcome in, Keith. Glad to have you here. Say what? Welcome in, say what? Hey, Michelle Perkins, Amy Mickey, Charisma 6174. All right, so glad to have you all here. Farm Girl, Blessings Galore, welcome in. Carol, welcome in. And Carol swinging the door open. Bonnie Sorby, welcome in from Minnesota. Sherry C., welcome in. So glad to see everyone. Aaron Town is here. Welcome in, Aaron Town. Hey, it's a new day is here. Welcome. It's a new day. Nice videos. Nice videos you're dropping. You like the Kerry excerpt? Kerry confirms Eric Williams' speculation and the prof's theory in general. So appreciate you posting that. And there's another one with Hannah Shakespeare. It's been very nice seeing both those clips because it's pretty informative, but we'll get to that later. Tonight's not the night for that. Welcome in, Jonathan Smith. Also, artist formerly known, welcome in. Okay, Swade Smith, welcome in. Sherry C., welcome in. Dom S., thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate that. Welcome on in. I hope you guys are ready for tonight, and it's going to be a brain herder. All right, promise you. All right. What up, Keith? All right, David Rogers is here. TJ Bits, Breenan's David, Stephanie. All right. 43 Goblin. Snarky Ass Angel, welcome in. Sunflower, welcome in. All right, Monday, welcome in. Lindsay, welcome in. All right, and well, we're pretty much got everybody. Carly P is here. Hey, Carly. All right, we're getting there. Marianne. Okay, so I think I caught everyone. Lisa B, welcome in. So if I missed you, apologize for missing you. Just drop on in. I'll see that you're here. Welcome in, Eliana Davidson. All right, so tonight, y'all, we're going to look at the audio, and I guarantee you what you're going to be seeing tonight, no one has done, you haven't seen, and I guarantee you haven't done it yourself. So hopefully those who can take something away from it and leave here better than they came, or more informed, or maybe this will spark something in someone's mind. That is my goal tonight, and I really hope that happens. Okay, because I know for me, listen, I'm not perfect. This is not a perfect process. That's not what we're seeking here. What we're seeking here is to look at things from every possible angle, because it's all the different angles that will teach us something about this thing that seems to be so nebulous. So tonight we're going to look at the audio from this quote unquote bridge guy video and look at it from a bunch of angles and try to let it inform us. And maybe no angle in and of itself singularly will be helpful enough to cause some aha moment or light bulb to go off. But maybe altogether things may strike you, and something may trigger in your mind, and you may be able to come back and add something. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So fair warning, okay? Fair warning. Thank you, Jennifer Hoff, for the $1.99 super chat. I see you coming in with that. Thank you. Listen, fair warning. Tonight, the audio may be difficult for you. So if you are sensitive of hearing, if you have hearing damage, I don't know what the deal is. If I would suggest caution with the audio. I suggest headphones for everyone. Okay, headphones for everyone, or earbuds, headphones, that sort of thing for everyone. Maybe you want to turn it down 75% until you learn whether you can handle it or not. So uh, the warning going into this is that the audio will be a little difficult, a little unconventional, but you have to understand what we're doing because it's something that probably none of you deal with very often, which is we're going to be basically uh, applying filters to audio. So you understand how I know most people do play around with screenshots and photographs. Instagram and all the apps and even your phones make it easy to play around with filters on photographs or screenshots. So you're pretty used to doing that with imagery, but most of you are not familiar with applying filters to sound. So these filters we will be applying to sound will highlight frequencies, will mute frequencies, will alter frequencies. As we're going to be doing all kind of things, compress frequencies. So it's going to be a little something different. But like I said, I would suggest don't have your speakers turned all the way up to the maximum possible level. Uh, I tried to make sure that this content I produced was safe for your devices, okay, so that you don't do it to yourselves. But hopefully, you'll go in and you start off with your volume lower and turn it up as you need it, okay? So that's the goal, and that's what we'll be doing. Okay, so we're not going to waste too much time because I know a lot of you might have questions, and we might want to go through this several times. So my plan at the moment is that we're going to go through each of these aspects um, probably 2 to 3 times each. Okay. So it may take us 2 to 3 times each to go through these, but I've broken them down into smaller segments that are hyper fixated on certain angles. So that's how we'll be addressing it. Okay. So we'll have plenty of time to go back over stuff and revisit it. We'll also hopefully have some time to brainstorm related to it. Okay. So I've already made it known that the primary concern that I had regarding this video has been the fact that in my perception or in my estimation, the most concerning thing about this video is the audio. Okay, so now I've said several things. So let me think how I want to address this, because I don't want to get too far into the weeds regarding this. But in general, there's been a lot of consternation around this video. Um, that we've been fighting about this video. Now, I'm not going to go down in too far into the weeds, but I made it very clearly known that I was frustrated about the lack of transparency in the release of this video, such that we had no confirmation whether it was original, whether it was enhanced, whether it was truly from Discovery, whether it was from some sideways acquisition, or we had no provenance to the video and no transparency by the persons who were responsible for its release. And hey, it's absolutely my assumption, based upon their responses, that their sole intention in releasing this video was to focus on the fact that it doesn't appear to be Richard Allen uh, who's playing the character of Bridge Guy in this video. But that's not my concern, okay? So I just had to get that out of the way, that my concern is that taking it at face value for what it is, not believing anything about it, not believing it's original, not believing it's enhanced, not believing it's from Discovery, not believing it's not. I have zero opinions about any of that until we have facts. But I thought, taking it at face value for what it is, we can dive into it, okay? So with that being said, I gave you my first impressions, and you can find those in some previous live streams, which is that my first impressions were that when the video met my eyes, I didn't think that the video looked authentic. The video had a fake look to it. Okay. By that, I meant it sort of looks AI enhanced to me. And that's just my opinion. It could be a result of filtering. It could be a result of some sort of compression. Could be all kind of reasons. I'm not going to go all into it. Who knows? It has a strange look to it. Okay. Now, the second thing is that I noticed that there are definite concerns in the audio. Primarily, the first thing that really jumped out and slapped me across the face, to be honest with you, was upon first hearing, no, upon first close listening, I noticed what seems to be a whispering. Okay. Now, the moment I noticed this whispering, I tried to debunk the fact that it could be an additional party. And I tried to look at it and say, hey, is this whispering coming from Abby, who appears to be in the video some distance away? And it did not take long to rule that out. But of course, I knew immediately that that would be the troll farm talking points. Okay, the troll farm talking points was absolutely going to be that it must be Abby for two reasons. One, and most importantly, is that the state does not say that there's another person there in this situation. Now, that's highly alarming because for me, it's definitive. It's absolutely definite that there's another person there whispering. Of course, the state does not put that across. The family has never put that across, and the people who released the video do not want you to believe that. So overall, you have both sides, the prosecution and the defense, both want you to believe that there's not another person whispering, that there's no whispering. And should you sense or pick up on the fact that there is whispering, then of course the next level is they want you to believe that it's coming from Abby because her lips appear to be moving. Well, it only takes a little looking at it very closely to realize that indeed her lips are moving, but they are she's silently mouthing things. And you can very clearly see that her lips do not match the sounds that are coming out of the whispering. So although they occur somewhat close in time, uh, there's zero connection between Abby's lips moving and the sounds of the whispering and the phonetics of it all. However, that's what the state would have you believe. That's what the troll farm would have you believe. And I'm pretty sure the people who released the video would have you believe the same thing too, because their whole agenda is not to prove that there's anything wrong, but only merely to prove that that the guy does not look like Richard Allen. So let's keep moving. Okay. So we'll get into it. So that's what I want to start with. So another reason for starting this way is that this is how it goes in time. So as the video plays out in time, the very first anomaly that pops up in the audio tends to be, although this is with a caveat, because there is some sort of a glitch right at the immediate beginning, but I'm going to skip that for tonight. I'm still working on that. But the first major anomaly is the whispering. So we'll be getting right into that first thing because that comes first anyway. All right. So let's get this going and see if I can manage to not mess it up. Okay. All right. So hopefully you all see this. So you'll notice what I'm doing here. Okay. So right above me here, this is the video inserted. Okay. So if you notice closely, look at the file name under where it says movie. Okay. So this amazing program allows you to put movies in because it's made for film editing as well as audio. Okay, so you can see that I've brought the movie on into it. It's in track one. It's playing in a window here in its pure form. I'm inserted over that, and then you'll see the track laid out in time. And then down here at the bottom in the center, you'll see that I have an equalizer to perform equalization tasks in here. So this is what we'll be looking and listening to. And I'll stop periodically if I have something to interject. But let's take a few listens before I say anything. Okay? I think I'd like to go that route.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi.
Okay, let me interject quickly because you may notice now that I'm starting to manipulate the levels of various frequency ranges. So you can start listening more closely and you'll see what's happening here. And trust me, we'll go back over this again for you. Okay.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Okay, so what you see, let me pause it again. So I'm just showing you how the various frequency manipulations, boosting and removing, start to inform you, like they clear things up. Okay, you'll be hearing different things. That's why I highly recommend the earbuds as loud as you can handle it. And so now what you're seeing is I'm going to be, if you look at the top, there's a little yellow area up at the top. That's where I'm zooming in and I'm looping. That's a looping tool. So where you see it's yellow, it'll be looping certain sections. So like I said, in this portion here, we're going to be focusing on the whispering now. So now we're going to start zooming into the whispering. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. So let me let it roll.
See, this is the path that we go down. See, this is the
So what I'm trying to do is show you, let me pause it again. I'm trying to show you Abby a little more closely so that you can see her face and match up the sound of the whispering to the face. Okay, so that's why I'm focusing on bringing the video into focus now. So just a moment. Okay. Whew. Give the ears a break. Give the ears a break. Uh, that's a trip. Okay, it's a trip when you zoom in like that. Sometimes you got to give yourself a break. It's interesting. Okay, it's interesting. There's several things. We can come back to this part. I call it the whispering. Okay, we'll come back to the whispering. Um, it's hard. I've spoken with several people and asked, "What do you think is being said?" And there's different interpretations. Like I said, it's almost like a, I don't know, a Rorschach test or something. You can project your own feelings into what is said. But one thing I'm absolutely certain of is there's something being said by another person, and it's not Abby. Okay. Now I want to go a step further, and that's what we'll move into now. So we will now we're going to look at a at what comes next in time that's of concern to me, and I think you'll appreciate it because it just happens that it's Abby's voice. Okay, so now let's like I said, I suggest the earbuds. It's why I have them in tonight, and I suggest you put them in. And so anyway, next we're going to listen to what happens in the very next seconds, which also involves um, more words. Okay, so it's going to be interesting here. And again, it's another case where I can't tell you what's being said. Okay, that's up to your interpretation. I'm not going to put it in your brains, but I can tell you that something is being said, and it appears to be coming from Abby, obviously. So let's just get on into that so that we don't we don't waste much time. But now I'm gonna go back into it. Hopefully your slate's a little clear, and now we're gonna focus on the next section here, which is the which highlights Abby. And again, careful with the earbuds. Start off quietly, and then bring the earbuds on to a tolerable level when you can. Okay. So so let's just dive in.
See, this is the path that we go down. See, this is the path. See, this is the. See, this is the. See, this is.
So you see what I'm doing here is I'm finding the frequency ranges. If you look down in the bottom, you'll see there's a waveform, and it's going to show us where the frequency ranges are highlighted. And then I go in and I start framing the frequency ranges by cutting out the extremes, and then I start boosting the exact frequency range, and then the range of the harmonics. So you'll see as I go through, I'll start manipulating various frequencies that give you this panorama while excluding the super low and the super high frequencies that are just adding noise. So I'm trying to remove noise, and I'm trying to boost the pertinent frequencies that appears to be Abby saying some phrase, but it's almost indecipherable as to what she's saying. It's hard. It's hard to interpret what's being said, but like I said, let it soak in. Don't always think you have to project a phrase right away. Like the more times I go back, I hear more and more things. So yeah, and we can always go back and listen to this. Hey, let me tell you, I am fighting as hard as I possibly can to remove the walking sounds, but it's impossible. It's impossible. It's so embedded and the frequencies are so similar. Trust me, I've tried as hard as humanly possible. I mean, maybe someone's better. I'm sure someone's better than me that can take this and run with it, this sort of project, but I'm trying in all sorts of ways to minimize the noises and isolate the voices and the sounds we want to hear. So trust me, I'm working on it. Did you notice there? So there's the walking sounds. Like there's the crunching sounds the most. So you'll see, like I'm gonna move them, watch. Anyway, I think we should move on and give this one a break. Okay. Whew. Whew. Clear the air for a while. Give that one a break. Um, so, like I said, first thing's the whispering. Okay. So there's whispering, which is somewhat indecipherable, and we can come back to it. Then there's the Abby phrase. Now, one thing I wanted to draw your attention to is the differences in the frequencies of that. So remember with the, I can specifically spell it out because I was playing with these frequencies, but notice when the whispering is happening, it's very, very high frequencies in the S range, in that range. When Abby speaks, it's in that range, which is very different than, okay? It's very different. We can compare and contrast later. That's not the point, but you guys in the chat, I'm watching the chat. Very interesting responses from you all. Okay. I think you're on to something. I think you're on to something. Like I said, that's the point of crowdsourcing. Okay. Essentially what we're doing on this channel, and we always have been, I just never told you. Okay. The whole goal of this channel has always been crowdsourcing, that we are trying to all as a community put our thoughts together and come to some sort of consensus, even if it's not ever unanimous. Like, we have a bell curve, and in that bell curve, we're going to have some likelihoods that's more likely than not. Okay. So that's the point of all of us contributing our own opinions. And I've been seeing some really good ones in here, and we'll come back on. Okay. So let's move on to the next thing I'd like to focus on. And like I said, I think what we should do is probably come back through all of this after we go through all of it. Okay. So the next thing that was of concern to me in priority, in the most honest way I can say it, is the vehicle. Okay. So at this point, now this one may be hard on your ears and your speakers, depending on where you are and who you are. So again, be cautious with this. But now we're going to get into highly focusing on the vehicle. So what I'm about to do now is I'm about to rumble your walls. If you're on loudspeakers, this vehicle is so loud that it will literally, if you turned it loud enough, you'd cause damage. It's very high amplitude, very low frequencies, in the perfect spot for a really good motor. So if you're on a really good audio system, you'll be able to get something out of this vehicle moving. So what you're going to hear now, we're going to rumble a room. Again, sort of hitting the, we're going to hit the reset button, so to speak, and stop focusing on these voices of these girls. And now let's take a listen, a very close listen to the vehicle. So here we go, baby.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. You're done? There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Whew, again. Whoa. I need a brain break after that. That's really tough. That's really tough. Holy moly. Holy moly. Like I said, this vehicle here, it's doing a lot of moving. Now you have to understand, okay? Dirt roads, okay? Like I said, despite the idiots wanting to convey to you that I've never been out to Delphi, well, bad news, I have. All right. Dirt roads, rocks, dirt, whatever you want to call them, dirty rocks, rocky dirt. There's no way that someone is driving that aggressively in near proximity on those dirt roads. It's an odd sound for me. It's a deep, it's not a car. Okay, if you think about it, it's a manual. It sounds to me like a manual transmission. It doesn't sound like a car, an automatic transmission, a little four-cylinder Honda. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. And once, like I said, once again, we're going to go through all of these again. We'll go through all of these again, I guess, as a without me talking. It's very interesting, though. There's definitely like gears being shifted. It's a lot of power in that engine, and it's going pretty fast for being on those roads. And I guess I could understand if it's on the highway, but that's a pretty far distance to be that loud. It'd have to be just a coincidence that there's an extremely loud truck coming through that highway under Freedom Bridge at the same time. I don't know. I don't know about that likelihood, but like I said, anyone following behind me can take this and run with it. You understand? This is not the end all be all. I'm just trying to help in the way that I can with this. Once again, this is all we got, right? This is all we got. Anyway, let's move on to the next piece of thing. Now, here's the deal too. I wonder about this law enforcement. But we'll get to that later. Okay, we'll get to the law enforcement next. But so next. Okay, so in my levels of concern, those are my top levels of concern, which are the whispering, okay? Then the Abbey. So there's the whispering, which is all the snaky voices, the S's. Then there's the Abbey, which is the okay. Then there's the vehicle, which we just went through, which is a extremely deep, extremely downshifting, powerful vehicle that seems to be going at quite a clip, which there's no way it's happening on Ron Logan's, road or anything, or on the private drive, unless, like, if it is someone on the private drive, it's someone racing to get where they want to be. Okay. Now, next. Okay. So next, we're going to go into the infamous down the hill. Okay. So I've got that for you ready to go. So I'm sorry if I think at this point I might take a little break from commenting and just let us go through this experience ourselves without me having to interject. Let's try to focus in on down the hill, guys down the hill, whatever. And maybe we'll get to a place that's better than law enforcement ever produced for the public. But who knows? Let's try. I mean, after all, I'm only a guy here sitting on YouTube dealing with the skills and the contributions my viewers have made. So let's see if we can outdo law enforcement in looking at guys down the hill. So we'll get into it.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Guys,
Hi.
down the hill. Guys,
Hi.
down the hill. Guys,
Hi.
down the hill. Yeah, I don't want to consume too much of that, but okay, so that was some experimenting with bringing his voice to the surface, and I think we got a much more clear voice than the original at a very minimum. Um, all right, so next deal, and this will really be informative. Okay, trust me, I played with this all day. All right, I have definite answers after this next part, but I'm going to wait until after this to give you my opinion. But so what we're going to do now is we're going to toy around with the stereo image. Okay, we're going to toy around with the stereo image. So what we're about to do, we're going to take a look at what's going on in the left and the right channels. Okay, and I think that this will help you, but this is absolutely a point where you need earphones on, headphones, earbuds, whatever you want to call them. You need something in your ears to really be able to hear what I'm going to show you now. But after this, I think that you'll know a little more about this recording. So let me just not keep talking. Talking is the problem with this presentation because this is about listening. Okay, so I'll stop talking.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Bye. See this? See this? See, this is the. See, this is the path that we go down. That we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Path that we go down. The path. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Bye.
Let me ask you all a question. Let me stop here. Are you all hearing from left to right? Or is there a problem with the software or with the streaming platform? Okay, because there may be a problem here with the streaming platform because what you should be hearing is left to right and right to left. I'm listening back for some reason. I'm not hearing it through the streaming platform, but I'm hearing it through my speakers. So I'm a little concerned that you all out there may not be hearing it the way that I'm hearing it. So I'm hearing left to right and right to left. And if you look right above, let me show you a little more clearly. Okay. Whoops. All right. If you look right up here, you'll see it says channel 1, then there's the name of the file, and then there's a little button that goes left to right that I'm turning. Okay. So Kathy says she is hearing. Hey, Kathy. Kathy says she is hearing. Okay. And Meow Meow says she's hearing mono. So, yeah, there may be a problem with some people's earbuds. Maybe my earbuds are doing that goofy shit. But I'm telling you, what I'm hearing through the monitors here, I'm hearing left to right. So it may be on your end, but I'm going to post this later. So, newsflash. Okay, I wasn't going to announce this yet. Let me say this. I'm going to post all of these files or videos onto my channel after we're done tonight. So you should be able to figure out on your end how to hear stereo. So what you should be hearing in this one is the stereo. You're going to hear left channel, right channel, left channel, right channel, and all the mixes. And if you watch the little indicator here, you'll see what I'm doing in real time. Okay. So I'll leave it at that.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Oh yeah, what I think is happening with StreamYard is thank goodness at this point. There you go. StreamYard is okay, so don't worry about it. I'll upload it later. We'll let it all right, trust me. When I get this uploaded to YouTube later, you're going to want to hear it in the stereo. So basically, let me remove this. So what we've just learned is that StreamYard is StreamYard is pointless in the live streams for showing you stereo imaging. So it's good to know that. But when you listen to the replay, when I post, not the replay of the live, when I post the individual tracks, you'll hear it because for sure, YouTube should be able to handle stereo imaging. So you'll see it in the YouTube when I post the video. So don't worry about the stereo imaging, but let me give you my consensus as far as when I listen back. So while I was doing this, what I noticed is this. In the stereo imaging, it's absolutely certain that from the left side, is where guys is coming from. So this voice is coming from the left side, because when I'm panning from left to right in the studio app, okay, so I'm in the studio. I'm not talking about the live stream. When I'm in the studio and I'm messing with the stereo imaging, it's very clear that the guy is centered on the left side, okay? Which seems to be indicative of the video, because in the video, remember, she was looking direct on, then she turns to her right, and then the guy, if he is the guy from the bridge, he's coming from the left. So that sort of makes sense. Miss K, did you get right side on your headphones? Because what I'm getting here on mine is when it goes right, I hear nothing. When it goes left, I hear both. It's weird. But I'm telling you, when I made the experiment, in the actual file, I'm hearing left and right perfectly. So I know that when I upload it to YouTube, you'll hear it perfectly. So let's move on, though. Okay, let's move on. The point that I wanted to show you with that experiment was that the guy appears to be coming from the left. Okay. All right. So we'll go back through all this. So now let's do this. Let's go through what we got here again. Okay. So now that you all have had a close listen to all of the angles, and when we go back through it the second time, I'm going to omit the stereo imaging, and then we'll go on with more stuff. But let's go back through it again, and I'll shut my mouth, and I'll let you have a very close listen to the whispers. We'll do it in this order: the whispers, the Abbey, the vehicle, and the down the hill. Okay, you guys good for that? You guys ready for a psychedelic trip into audio world? All right. All right, here we go.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi. the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down.
Wow. Wow. Well, what can I say? I would say, who can deny that there's another girl there? Like let's start from the absolute bare minimum. Okay? Absolute bare minimum. Who would deny? Sorry. Sorry. I screwed up. Who would deny that there's another girl there? Okay, absolute bare minimum. There's someone there. Libby's breathing in. She's breathing in and out. There's another girl whispering, and it's not Abby. It's not Abby. Okay. Now, let's move into Abby, because you're going to really clear the difference now. Clearly hear the difference, because remember, is he keeping, is he coming? Is he coming? Is he coming? You're going to hear the difference between that, is he coming? Or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. And then you're going to hear now you're going to hear another voice. What? Let's look at it. Whoops.
See, this is the path that we go down. See, this is the path. See, this is the. See, this is the. See, this is.
Okay. I'm taking a pause here because I'm hearing two separate things here. I'm hearing Abby saying some phrase, and it's hard to even understand what it is, but the vibe of it that I'm getting is that the vibe of the phrase has to do with like something she feels needs to be said, like either she expressing something about her feeling in a moment of relief. Let's see if she's coming off the bridge and she was scared the whole time. She's either saying, like, oh my God, I made it off the bridge. Oh, thank God we're done here. Okay. Something concerning, or she's saying someone's coming, or either way, to me, there's a little bit of like, don't leave me, someone's coming. There's Kelsey's coming. I don't know. There's a whole lot of phraseology you could interject into that, which I try not to do. But the vibe I'm getting, it's almost like a, I'm concerned. I'm concerned now. Or this is what was bothering me. Or whatever. I can't really tell you. But okay, so there's that part. Secondly, the steps don't make sense. Okay, the footsteps. Now, as we continue to listen, keep in mind what I said, that she's verbally expressing something. In addition, there are some footsteps that seem to be too many. Like remember how I said before in the previous live stream that it's odd to me how crunchy everything is, because if you had thought that it had just snowed and the snow had melted and everything is kind of moist, like all the leaves and the ground cover is sort of saturated with H2O, that you would have this sort of crunchy, crispy crunchiness of the ground cover. Okay. So there's this very crunchy, crispy crunchiness of the ground. It's like they're walking on cornflakes. Let's be honest here. So there's this real crispy ground sound between the rocks, the leaves, the twigs. And if you listen to the footsteps and you see, so here's a bifurcation I want you to produce in your mind. Look at how much Libby is moving, or I should say it inversely. Look at how little Libby is moving. Cool. So Libby is taking like 1 or 2, maybe 3 steps, but you're hearing like 5 steps, which could be 2 or 3 people each taking 2 steps, or it could be 2 people each taking 3 steps, or it could be 4 people each taking 1 or 2 steps. You see what I mean? For me, with the crunchiness of the ground cover, there appears to be too many footsteps taken for how much Libby is moving. So that's one thing. So let's keep listening to this part of it and just let your mind run. Like, try to clear your mind of all the whatever projecting verbiage onto the phraseology you're hearing, and try to just focus on how many steps are you hearing and how much is that camera moving. So with that being said, let me stop running my mouth. This is about listening, not talking. Okay, I guess I'm gonna defeat my own advice here. Here's what I hear. I hear 5 steps, but I see about 3 steps from the camera. So I hear 5 steps, I think, but I think that I see 3 steps. Okay, so let's keep it going. Kelsey's down here. Kelsey's down here. Kelsey's down here. Kelsey's down here. 5 steps. Kelsey's down here. Okay, I'm sorry to see. I'm not trying to project into your mind, but I'm just going to give you my real time reaction. So I hear 2 phrases, kind of flip sides. I hear, "Don't leave me down here," or I hear, "Kelsey's down here." Kelsey's down here. Don't leave me down here. Leave me down here. Kelsey's down here. Someone's down here. I don't know. It's something along those lines. Something of like she's trying to guide the situation. Um, and then I hear 2 sets of footsteps. I hear clip, 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 something going at that pace. And I hear clip, 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 clip. Now remember, Abby's still on the bridge. If you're paying attention to the camera, Abby's still on the bridge. So she's not making these crunches in the rocks. So remember, it's pretty clear that in the initial whispering, we're hearing a second person. And it appears to me Libby's walking slow, clip, 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 clip. And it appears to me maybe the whisperer is walking clip, 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 and they're overlapping. So you're hearing like clip, 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 clip. See what I mean? So let me let it finish. It's 5 more seconds or something. Okay. But these are my impressions. You are free to have your own. Like I said, I don't like even giving you my interpretations because I don't want us to project our things into this like law enforcement tried to do with the jury. I want us to hear for ourselves and crowdsource some novelty of thought in interpreting this. Okay, and that's it for as far as that goes. Okay, so that will be there for you uh, to go back and listen to. And like I said, I'm going to upload some videos. Wow, I don't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I'm going to upload some videos for you to be able to explore this on your own without me narrating. This is just a live stream version. You're going to have the original files. And like I said, any experts out there in the world are welcome to do this. Okay. But let's continue. I want to move into the vehicle again because I said we're going to go through everything a second time without obsessing, so we get to digest it a second time. So let's listen to this vehicle again. Pardon. And let's see if anyone out there, any of you, can interpret what's going on with this vehicle. Is the vehicle approaching? Is it leaving? Is it slowing down? Is it speeding up? Is it coming closer? Is it going further away? Is it far? Is it near? Is it a motorcycle, which tends to have a high pitch? Or is it a huge truck or a huge engine in a car like a V8, which would have a lower frequency? So let's take some close listens once more, once more through to these vehicles.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Okay, I can't even make it through this much without saying, I got to say, look, I know everyone already says I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm ruining the case for Richard Allen. I'm ruining the case. I'm a troublemaker and blah, blah, blah. Listen, that vehicle is much closer than the highway. Upon listening to it just at this moment, the thing that just struck me was that that vehicle is much closer than the highway. I mean, if that vehicle was out on the highway, which is almost a mile or something from the end of this bridge, I mean, it's quite a ways. If any of you had been out there and walked the distance, it's quite a walk. Okay. There's no way that vehicle that I'm hearing is much closer than the highway to be heard this loudly. Even though you can see I am boosting the level of it, it's close to be able to be picked up. All right, let me shut up and let it play.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
All right, let me just interject again, and I apologize for doing that. I know it's annoying, but you know what else I'm noticing here? It's really close. You literally hear it coming up. Okay, it's really close. So I apologize for stopping it again. I'll back it up 5 seconds or 10 seconds so you can like get back in the frame of mind into what triggered me. But I'm telling you, what it just occurred to me is you literally hear it pulling up. I would venture to say it's coming down the private drive at a high rate of speed, and just at this moment, we're hearing it pulling up under the bridge. Okay. So I'll back it up like 5-10 seconds, and maybe you'll hear it as well. Maybe you'll hear it coming on up. Like it's literally, it sounds to me just now that it just pulled up right under them. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to give you a listening experience, not a talking experience. So let me back it up. I'll back it up exactly, let's say 10 seconds. And I want you to see if you hear it like literally pulling right up. Okay. And imagine it could still be 50 to 100 feet away because they're in an elevated position, some distance from the drive. But let's say it's 50 to 100 feet away, but it's pulling up from 300 feet away up until 100 feet away or 50 feet away. So it's coming closer, like you can hear it. So let me back it up a second, and then I will start it.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. Path that we go down.
Okay, I apologize for doing that to you again, but let's hear it again. I swear that I hear it coming closer. If you just back off of the words that Libby's saying and Abby's saying, just listen to the sound of this vehicle coming in. You'll hear it come from a distance to maybe within 100 feet. Let's listen.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
See, that's to me when it sounds like it almost arrives. You see? You see, good Lord, good Lord. Thank you, David Rogers. Yeah, good Lord. It appears to me that before Abby says, "Don't leave me," or whatever, if you listen, you hear it come from, it's downshifting. It's like, "Whoa." It sounds to me like it's coming from a distance. And just as these girls are getting off the end of the bridge, it's arriving. Listen to it again once more. I'll back it up 10 more seconds. So 20 maybe.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
And you know what? I would almost agree with some of your opinion that it's a four-wheeler or something like that. Because of the rate that it's, if you listen to that the humming of the engine, it's going real at a real good clip at, you know, vehicles tend to go slower as they uh as they increase the firing of the pistons, right? So vehicles might be like, but this one is like more like a four-wheeler, a smaller engine. It's like, it's coming up real, it's rapidly increasing in its gearing until it downshifts, which appears to be when it kind of comes into the area. So I'm thinking, I mean, honestly, I'm thinking it's coming up the private drive and coming very close to the bridge is what we're hearing. Okay, this is just my speculation, but you're free to have yours. And again, now that I've said all of that crap, I'll stop talking. Let us hear the rest of it.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm willing to say now, uh, I think there's several things. Okay. I think there's several things going on. Apologize for the cell phone. I thought my ringer was off, but so where was my thoughts? You just threw me off of my train of thought. All right. Yeah, well, I got it back. First of all, thank you for everyone supporting the channel. All you guys are sending super chats and leaving chats down in the comment section. Thank you so much. Listen, here's my thoughts at this point. Gosh damn why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? Okay, sorry. Stop texting. Um what's apparent to me immediately. See, let me reverse engineer it. See, this is why law enforcement and the family did not want this video released for ages. See, this is why they didn't want the video released all this time, because it's very apparent to me immediately upon manipulating this audio and pulling out clarity here and there regarding the video, regarding the whispering, regarding what Abby's saying. When you start pulling out clarity out of this video, it's immediately apparent to me this is the reason they didn't want to release this video for years. Okay, it's because it's obvious, it's apparent that something else is going on here in this situation. There's a vehicle coming up. There's another person. There's a female. I believe it to be a female. So I believe it's a female here who's over the shoulder whispering. Then there's a vehicle pulling up. The girls don't seem distressed at all to me, honestly. They also seem somewhat comfortable with whoever this is, guys down the hill. But they do seem a little surprised that he's saying something. So when he says guys and Libby's like, huh, or huh, they're a little startled that whoever it is has something to say. So she's like, huh? And then he says down the hill. But it almost seems as though they're with this guy. I don't really get the impression that this guy is some third party who they haven't already made acquaintance with. It appears to me that they're kind of with this guy, and maybe they're just a little startled that he's saying something. Maybe he hadn't said anything the entire trip across the bridge. What if they rendezvoused with this guy on the other side of the bridge, the north end? And then once they rendezvoused, they said, oh, we have to go over there. And then once they get off the end of the bridge, then he says, oh, guys. And they're like, huh? And he says, down the hill. So maybe he's the adult. Okay, so maybe he's the adult among the group. So he's directing them. But the feeling I'm getting is totally different from the impression that they've conveyed for years. You see? So I get the vibe that you've got some third party whispering that appears to be a younger female. You've got a vehicle approaching, and you've got a guy who almost seems to be with them. Remember when I said when we looked at the video, they appear to be equidistant? Anyhow, I want to get to that. So we're going to get to the video again, but let's finish this audio exploration before we go back into the video. So this audio exploration, so those are my thoughts at this point. Let's continue now, and just for sake of thoroughness, let's go on through the end of it and get to the down the hill, and we'll listen to that once more. And then when we're through that, we'll deal with some things that I want to point out about the video, but let's continue.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Okay, here I go. I can't let it pass because what I just heard was so clear. Yeah, I just cannot let it pass without bringing attention to it, because I cannot stand the fact that the state of Indiana and Nicholas McClellan and Judge Gall allowed the facts to be misrepresented to the jurors in this case. She absolutely clearly says, without a doubt, see, this is the path that we go down.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to start it over because I want you guys to actually listen as if this was your daughter and as if you care so that you can finalize the gaslight from these troll farm and these law enforcement. The fact that they tried to represent to the jurors and to the public that the phrase that is uttered is, see, this is a path, that be a gun.
There's no path going there, so we have to go.
There's no that be a gun. And this is what's heartbreaking, honestly. Okay, so let's reiterate. I'll let it play over. I'm just starting it over. Listen to what is said, and you tell me, is she talking about the path or is she talking about a gun? And how on earth, if she's talking about a path, is law enforcement allowed to represent to the jurors in open court that she is discussing a gun? Just think about that and think about if this was your daughter and if this was your husband and et cetera, et cetera.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
It's hey, thank you, Miss Pie Crust, for coming in here. No, not you. Who was it? Who was it? Someone just made a comment. Let me find it. Let me find it. One of you just made a comment that it just hit me like, there you go. Crystal Lynn. Crystal Lynn, thank you so much. Wow. Just what a mind boggler. Thank you so much, Crystal Lynn. Crystal Lynn, listen, I agree. It's a potential. Listen to it again. What are the odds that the girl who is whispering is also the girl who says,
That we go down?
it's a good point you're making, Crystal. And I just really want to thank you for coming in and adding that because you just actually caused me to question it because I have been taking for granted that it's Libby who says,
This is the path that we go down.
because I thought she was distracted by Abby running up and yelling or saying something. But listen to it again because it is an excellent point. And see, this is what I mean by we're crowdsourcing novelty of thought regarding this situation because it's almost as if the voice changes, or at least it turns into a moment of doubt or questioning, or like I said, if it is Libby suddenly distracted by Abby running up, so she doesn't care to finish the phrase, but she does instead. But let's back it. I'm going to back it up 30 seconds, and we're gonna listen to the fact that is it Libby who's continuing the phrase, or is it the third party female who suddenly says,
That be a
that be a gun?
that we go down?
Think about it.
Path that we go down.
I mean, it almost could be a separate girl. Listen to it again. Yeah, listen to it again. Oh my God, I'm getting chills because I hadn't even considered this yet. It's almost like it's a similarly aged. Just think about this. If it's a girl who's a similarly aged young lady, okay, it's going to sound similar to Libby. Let's think about it.
See, this is the path that we go down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Could be another girl. Could be another girl. And actually, you're actually seeing my real response to this concept because I've been prejudiced myself. See, I'm not beyond being wrong here. See, I'm not beyond being wrong. I'm often wrong. And I'm very willing to admit when I'm wrong and when I haven't thought of something. But it's a very good question. Is this a separate girl? Is the girl whispering suddenly vocalizing? Because I had already been projecting that it's Libby continuing the phrase. But what if it is? See, one thing's for certain. It's not that be a gun. Okay, so it's absolutely clear. It's not that. But what if it is a third party, which means the girl who was whispering? It certainly, there's a potential that exists that it's the third girl whispering. Suddenly she says, "That we go down." So I'll back it up again, and this time I'll shut up. But listen to it, and this is why I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for this opportunity to have this channel and have this opportunity to speak with hundreds and thousands of people, because there will be thousands of people on this replay, and each can add their own, and all of you can have the opportunity to take an extremely close listen. And I'm doing my best here to manipulate the frequencies so that we get a clear listen to this. And so we all have the opportunity, as hundreds and thousands of people, to get a clear listen to this and give our own opinion here. So again, we all can absolutely agree that it's not that be a gun, it's that we go down. But listen how it's almost phrased as a question, and it's very potentially a third person. Could be Libby, could be someone next to Libby. I've been prejudging or assuming that it is Libby continuing the phrase because Abby distracts her while approaching. But remember, the bottom line in this is that law enforcement represented that the entire context was different. They projected into the minds of jurors that this is that be a gun, but it's most certainly not that be a gun. It's most certainly that we go down. But so now the question becomes not what is said, but who said it, which is an essential question. Maybe that's the thing that they did not want anyone in the world to ever ask. Is the person who says that be a gun Libby or another person? And is it the person who is whispering or not? Again, so I'll start over, and this time I promise I'm done with commentary.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Guys.
Hi.
Down the hill. Guys.
Hi.
Down the hill. Guys.
Hi.
Guys.
Hi.
Down the hill. Guys.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye.
Downhill. 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 Guys. Downhill. Guys.
Bye.
Downhill. Guys.
Bye.
Downhill. Guys. Downhill. Guys. Downhill. Guys.
Bye.
Downhill. Guys.
Bye.
All right, let me further comment because I just need to say this. This is certainly my opinion, but I think it will be proven to you shortly. There's no gun racking. Okay, so I say several of you have said there's gun racking. Keep in mind, okay, when we're manipulating these frequencies, it's amplifying certain frequencies. It's removing certain frequencies, et cetera, et cetera. But I'd like you to know this. When you listen to this is why it's important. We do all of the above, right? You listen to the original, the unenhanced, you enhance it, you compare, you contrast, you A/B it, et cetera, because I'm absolutely telling you right now, when you listen to it with full, from every angle, you know, with a complete 360 perspective like we're doing, there's no gun racking. It's because every single sound that you're hearing, as far as the crunching sounds and the clicking sounds, they're all consistent with the leaves crunching under the feet. Okay, so although in the moments that I'm enhancing it and I'm boosting the sound of the high mid-range frequencies 400% in order to get the whispers out or something like that, yes, you may hear some, you know, the clicking of the twigs under the feet are also going to be boosted 400% such that they'll take a metallic sheen, but it's not a gun racking. Okay, it's twigs snapping under feet, and the way you A/B that is you enhance it in every possible way. You pull out those frequencies and listen, and you listen to the crunches as far as in the lower mid-range frequencies where it absolutely sounds like wood. Okay, or you listen to the original where it absolutely sounds consistent with every other twig snapping. So don't let the momentary clips of the boosting of the high mid-range frequencies, which give the crunching of the twigs and leaves a metallic sheen because they're amplified 400%. Don't let that bother you. There's no gun racking. There's no, listen, the whole deal, and before we move on, let me say this. This is a good segue. The whole deal with a gun is absolutely no evidence of it whatsoever, in my opinion. Okay, so sheerly in my opinion, there's no evidence of a gun in any of the audio whatsoever. There's no mention of a gun. There's no that be a gun. There's no gun racking. There's no gun in the visuals, in my opinion. Okay, so in my opinion, in regards to this footage, which is allegedly the original footage from the victim's phone or the phone that the victim was in possession of, there's zero evidence of any gun or firearm whatsoever, in my opinion. Now, what do I think? Well, I tell you what I think. You know, I never have a problem doing that. In my opinion, all of this mention of a gun was done after the fact in order to make viable the fact that they were going to use this unspent round to try to pin it on someone. You understand what I mean? Now, I need you to really, really brainstorm in regards to this. So imagine they're going to use this bullet. Remember, Tobe Lesenby sat there in a televised interview with a 40 caliber round sitting on his desk, intentionally framed between him and the camera. That was not by accident. It was not accidental. So Tobe Lazenby sat there knowing that there's a camera in his face and knowing that there's an interviewer in between him and the camera, and he intentionally set a 40 caliber round in between him and the camera. None of that is by accident. I mean, think about it. This is a cop. Well, the same thing happened in regards to all of this footage, right? The mention was made that there's a weapon shown in the imagery in the fanny pack, if that's indeed what's being filmed. Then there was the narrative put out that there's the racking of a gun. Okay. And then there was a narrative put out that there's the mention of that be a gun. So you see how all of this goes in the same direction? Sorry, I wish I could tell the person to text me that's texting me to stop texting. Okay, listen. You see how this all goes in the same direction? The same direction is inserting a firearm into this scenario. So that's the reason I believe that Tobe Lazenby sat there in an interview on mainstream television, mainstream media, with a round on his desk. It's the reason that the troll farm put out imagery of a gun being in the fanny pack. If it's even a fanny pack, we don't even know if it's a fanny pack. It's also the reason that the verbiage was placed into this speculation that a gun was being racked. And remember who did that. I'm not going to mention the names because I don't want to give them gratification. But you just think about it. There's Troll Farm. Okay, there's Troll Farm. If you don't think Troll Farm exists, I'll prove it to you in the future. Trust me, that's being handled by law enforcement now. It's going to be handled by the public in the future. But in the future, you're going to understand that Troll Farm exists. It's not a fantasy in Prof's mind. Okay, it's not a conspiracy theory. Troll Farm exists. And you're going to understand that Troll Farm is the first to put out the narrative that there's the sound of a gun being racked. Troll Farm furthermore put out, backed up by Tony Liggett, that there's the mention of a gun by these girls, along with Becky Patty. Let's not be confused here, because I know a lot of you don't know people who actually have talked to Becky Patty for years. Let's be clear here. Becky Patty mentioned a gun for years being involved in this recording. So there's been an entire contingent trying to impress upon the public that a gun is involved in this crime. And for me, it just goes as part of the package that there's no gun being racked. There's no mention of a gun. There's no reason to believe a gun whatsoever, except for this unspent round that was used to frame Richard Allen. Anyhow, let me think. Okay, we're done with the audio. Okay, so that's what I mentioned. This is a segue. So this is a segue. Okay, the segue we're moving into now is we're done with the audio. So this was a closer look at the audio, part 2 of the BG analysis by the prof. So now we're going to revisit. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to revisit the video. Okay, we're going to revisit the video because I do have the video pulled up here. There's lots of consternation about the video. We're going to take a look at it, and I'm going to give you some impressions. And trust me, this is not my detailed analysis of the video. This is merely the finale to tonight's show, which is a look at the video for contextual purposes. But in a future episode, I will cover an in-depth, detailed analysis of the visuals from this video. And hey, I'm not as good at the visuals as some others out here in this world. And hopefully others will address this video who are professionals in the field of imagery. I'm merely going to give you now some of my impressions from this video and some things that really stuck out as red flags to me that are captured in this video. And maybe you'll see them too. Maybe you won't. Trust me, I've never tried to project anything into your minds, and I'm not trying to with this. And so that's not what this is going to be about. This is going to be about my impression of the visual element of this artifact, which we call the Bridge Guy video. So let me pull it up now. We're going to go into this. And I'm very happy that all of you sat here because, trust me, For me to have 400 viewers on this live really means a lot to me because you don't have to be here. And the fact that I can reach 400 of you in one instant, and then I can reach 4,000 of you within 24 hours is absolutely moving to me, because when I spend time away, or I take time away from my son to sit here and do this with you, and to sit here and waste time that I could be doing financial moves in my private life and in my business life, and I could be cleaning my house, or or watching a movie, or on the phone with a loved one. The fact that I'm taking time away and that you are all here for it, it is not missed by me, and it's definitely appreciated by me, and it makes it all worth the effort. Okay, so I do appreciate all of that effort that you are making by taking the time out, because I know your time is valuable. And we sit here for 3-4 hours at a time. I know it's a big deal. Okay, time is the most valuable thing that we all have. This is why when persons get sentenced to or for big or bad or terrible or horrible or atrocious crimes, their penalty 9 times out of 10 involves time. It doesn't involve money or death. It usually, in the 90th percentile, the penalty for crimes is time. And I think it's a good compromise that our justice system has made, because by all means, time is the most valuable thing you have. So by giving it to me and participating in this channel, it is a contribution on your part, and by being the penalty that most people serve for their crimes, it is a penance to society for them to give up their time. So time is a valuable thing, and so I don't mean to waste your time ever. And do apologize. I know at times that I'm mean. I know at times that I'm angry, but you guys don't understand the amount of evil, the amount of collusion, the amount of gaslighting, anger, harassment, and all that have gone, and lies have gone into this community in this case. So when you see me angry, when you see me wasting your time being angry and being upset, just understand that the amount of stalking and harassment around this case has been off the charts. You would not believe it unless you were the victim of it. So just sit back and consider in your free time, what would cause an entire contingent of people to stalk and harass and literally terrorize through the internet and in real life? Let me make it clear to you. They send me mail. Okay, they send me mail. They have stalked me in real life. When I visited Delphi, someone stalked me in real life and threw a drone up in the air and stalked me with their drone. Do you understand? That means they hacked my email beforehand to be able to track my location. So you have to understand what goes on in this community. But anyway, just want you to know that this time is important and valuable to me, and I know it's important and valuable to you, and I do appreciate you being here. And hopefully this has been helpful, and hopefully people can take this and run with it. This is not the end all be all. I'm just here giving you my perspective, my small contribution. So with that being said, let's get into the visuals. Like I said, this is the finale or the closure of this. This is not, that's not what I meant to put up. Apologize. Let's see. Okay. I'm getting distracted with words. Okay, I'm going to put this up on the screen so that we can look at it. And I'm going to stop when I think it's important to interject so that I don't waste much of your time. All right. So here we go. This is my visual exploration of the Bridge Guy video, but this is not our deep dive yet. But we'll be getting there.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here. Hi.
Okay, you'll see that now we're going through slow motion. Okay, so I'll be processing these visuals in several ways.
There's no path going there, so we have to get on here.
Okay, so I think I'll narrate some of this. Now, before we start, let me give you my opinion here that there are some things being said in this community. So I'll tell you where I disagree and where I do agree. First of all, some people are trying to distract you with pareidolia and with shadows. Okay, so for instance, there's a shadow of Abby running up that you're going to see. Now we're going backwards here. You see, I'm running it in reverse. So when you're looking at the shadows, there's some things to take in, and I'm going to try to point these out when the time comes. Okay, so let's start over. It's going backwards. It's going to start over. But I don't think so. So let me stop by saying this. I don't think there's tiny little people in the shadows. Okay, I think that's distraction that people are feeding you. I don't think there's an obvious shadow of a third person, but I do see something weird, and I'm going to point it out to you. And I hadn't intended to do this, but I might as well. Okay, I might as well. So when we get to this point, I'll show you. But there's some things that the shadows do tell us. Okay, so for instance, remember this here is flipped. So what I did here is I flipped it. So it's slow motion and flipped, and maybe sometimes it's fast motion and flipped. But I'm going to point out what's pertinent when the time comes. Let's see. Now notice as you're looking at these visuals, notice how the weird thing here is that all the leaves are so dry. Dry, 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 dry. Okay? Dry, 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 dry. Okay, now I may have to pause momentarily here and there. So there's some questions that I have, but I'll pause to address those questions. Okay, this is flipped. This is flipped. I'm changing the lighting in some ways. Okay. I guess what I'm trying to show here is how her shirt and her mouth is moving. Okay. Now, also, let me stop here before I continue. Let me ask you guys this, because you guys have daughters. Most of you are women. I mean, there's mostly, let's be honest here, there's like 80% women in YouTube, right? Um, I know we got Jonathan and Sweet Dude Shibby, and we got a Chevy Killer, and we got I don't know, Nobody Nothing. We got a few men up in here, but mostly we got women. Let me ask you women here. Look at that girl right now. Do you think she would be so relaxed if there was a guy sneaking up behind her? For me, I've said it before. These girls are equidistant. Okay, there's Libby and the Whisperer. Then there's Abby, who seems to be 20 feet away, or I don't know, maybe 40. But then what appears to be equidistant is this bridge guy behind them. If you look at that girl right now, she looks completely relaxed. She looks completely happy. And she looks like she's out on an adventure. I don't sense that girl feels any stress. I don't sense that she thinks anyone is sneaking up behind her. The fact that they're all traveling equidistant usually means something. Have any of you, listen, I love doing this. I love interjecting my own life into this channel. I was in the high school marching band. How many of you were? How many of you ran drills in the high school marching band in which being equidistant and moving equidistant was a priority? See, there's something to it. When you're traveling equidistant, it's not only difficult, it's intentional. So the fact that they are all equidistant and traveling in the same direction at the same rate, there's something to that. I'm not saying that it's 100%, but I'm saying there's somewhat of a likelihood. There's somewhat of a likelihood that they are all traveling together as a group because they're all equidistant. They're all moving at the same pace. None of them seem freaked out that someone is close to them. So now you get why I'm saying that there's a feeling to this that does not feel like the state wants to project or intends to make us feel about it. She's relaxed. She's also not running. And let me add, that would also make it more sensible that the guy, the gentleman, the person uses the word guys. Because I've said this before. I was a teacher. I was often around groups of kids. Let's be honest here. Guys is a term of endearment. Honestly, it's why millennials, and I hate to say it because I don't want to offend many of you, but the little young folks, the woke retards love using the term guyses. They say guyses a lot and guys. Okay, they say the guys a lot because it's a way of disarming the other person, because it's a term of endearment. It implies affection, relationship. Okay? Sorry, Mar. I know you're woke as fuck. Okay. You know what? The one that really bothers me is yours guys's. This is something that kids say a lot, right? This is something that kids say a lot. Kids often say yours guys's, which is not even a word. You're not? Okay. Can we all at least laugh at each other? Like, do we have to cry or can we laugh? Can we laugh in lieu of crying? Okay. So something kids say a lot is yours guys's. Because they don't understand that you guys is a phrase. but the New Englander says use guys, and the millennials say use say you guys is. Anyhow, I don't mean to say it, okay? I don't mean to say it over and over and again, but the point I'm getting towards, the point I'm heading towards is the term guys is a way to disarm another. It's a term of endearment, it's inclusionary, something like that. So for me, when I was often in charge of a group of 20 or 30 kids, I would say, hey guys, come on, buds, come on, guys. Why? Because you want them to all feel embraced, to feel disarmed, to feel part of the group, to feel like a big, nice group, that's going to cooperate. So you say, hey guys, come on. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that it's always bothered me that this person on the bridge who has been, termed by law enforcement to be bridge guy, this phantom of our figment of our imagination, this phantom on the bridge, this mysterious figure, this character in the horror film, this monster is termed bridge guy. It's funny because he literally says guys. So the first thing he says when he walks up, or when he's documented in this audio, he says, guys. Okay? Which would lead one to believe that he is familiar with them, or that they are familiar with him, and that he is older. So there's a level, I don't know. For me, these girls are not defensive. And the fact that this person walks up and says, guys, I would assume family member, grandpa, uh, maybe father of Anthony Schatz, some sort of relational dynamic going on. Anyway, I don't know why I've stopped. Have I gone on for 10 minutes yet over this? Sorry. I don't mean to go on for 10 minutes about the word guys, but I've always thought that the term guys was a very familiar term to use with these girls if you're going to abduct them, right? And to think about the fact that, like I just predicated all this, they're moving together, equidistant. Okay, they're moving together, they're moving equidistant, almost like a marching band figuration, making a beautiful geometry for the spectators. So they're all moving together at the same pace, at the same distance, which, like I said, any of you who have ever been in marching band, you would know how important that is to maintain your distance and your rate of speed so that you keep the formation together. So they're moving together, they're at the same pace, no one seems stressed, and he walks up and he says, guys, this is the point I'm making. It's a level of comfort. Okay, but keep in mind that within this, you have Abby saying, "Ke, ke, 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 ke." She makes that phrase that we've explored in the first half of the show. You also have a whispering. Now, a huge point that I want to make that concerns me is, I'll stop it here. This point here, and you're going to see this if you explore this video yourself on your own time, you're going to notice this piece of cloth that's in front of the camera at this point in time. Let me ask you this. Why is this? Let me ask you this. How on earth? Okay, if any of you were out there filming your friend, how on earth do you end up like this, where your clothing is interrupting the camera? Okay, so this is a point of concern to me. And I've had several conspiracy theories, I will openly admit, that I've debunked because I often, like, contrary, let me remove this because I got to yell at the retards. Okay, I got to yell at the harassers. Listen, I often debunk my own conspiracy theories. So I had this conspiracy theory that the person holding the camera was separate from the person whose cloth is interrupting the camera frame. So I thought, whoa, are the two voices we're hearing one person in the clothing, one person holding the camera? But I've debunked that because what I notice is no, the person holding the camera is moving with the cloth. But it's weird because why would someone do that? And even how would it be done? What do you have to be doing to a phone? You know, what do you have to be doing to a phone in order for the camera? So you're doing this, the camera's headed towards Abby. So what do you have to do in order to turn that camera back onto your own clothing? It's kind of weird. There's a weird moment that's happening. You see?
See, this is the path that we go down.
Okay, let me stop it here. Now, listen, I certainly don't intend, let me bring myself larger here. I certainly don't intend at this point to do my full expose on this because I mean this for a future point. But I guess I'm going to reveal it all here. No, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it now. Listen, this is not as thorough as I would like to present it to you. Okay, but I'll give it to you now. I'll give it to you now because I want to show you something now. I really wanted to present this to you in a much more coherent fashion, but I'll do it now. Okay, since I'm already halfway there and I don't like doing this to people. And hey, maybe this will be the chart. Maybe this will relieve me from the stress of having to do it myself. Maybe some of you will do this for me. Could some of you please do this for me? Because I didn't intend to go to this, but I'll give you this now. And maybe this will save me some heartache. Okay, so let's back it up a bit. So I'll tell you. See, this is what the hard thing about doing on the fly. Should I do it? Should I do it the way I experienced it? Or should I do it? Boy, it's tough. It's tough doing this the right way. I like to make everything most easily understandable. I'll just let you go with me. Okay, I'll tell you what I first thought. Okay, and then I'll tell you my ultimate conclusion, which is, I mean, for you, listen, I hate to do this. I'm not prone to hyperbole, but listen, this right here absolutely blew my mind. Can I get it right or not? This absolutely has blown my mind. So I'll get to it. Okay, so let's start. I'll take you down the path that I went down. I'll do it that way. Okay, look. So what I started with here, because everyone was discussing shadows, people were trying to distract us with other shadows. And what I immediately keyed into was this shadow here. Okay, so I'll start with that. Now I'll actually turn the voices off so that these voices don't distract you. What I want you to do is I'm going to take you down this road that I went down. Okay. So I want you to understand what I first saw and what I wanted to believe. Okay. And I'll show you. Stop. Okay. Now, you'll notice several things here. if you take a look. So first thing you'll notice is that there's what appears to be a selfie stick, a pipe, a stick. I now believe that to be a tree. Okay, I believe that's a tree, but I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure. It could very well be a selfie stick. It could be a stick or a tree. I'm not sure. That's not the point of what I'm going to do. Okay, so see, notice it doesn't move. Okay, so it could be a tree. It could be a tree. At this point, my conclusion is it's probably a tree. But let's back up again. I want to show you what my eyes actually did pick up on and what was concerning and what my different levels of thought were. Okay, so once again, we're going to get to this. I want you to look now at what appears to be movement between her legs. Okay, watch this. Did you see it? Do I need to do it again? Okay, we'll do it again. Watch the movement between her legs. You see it? Okay. Movement between her legs. Okay, so first thing I thought is that's another person. That's the person whispering. Okay, that was my first thought. Movement between the legs is the third shadow. That's another person. Okay, but I've changed. You see, I looked at it really closely. And what stops me from that is the fact that no. It doesn't make sense. You see, there's too little movement. Okay, there's too little movement. So that movement between her legs, watch it again. Okay, I looked at it really close and I watched it in slow motion. And I said, okay, no. That is absolutely not a third person. Okay. Now, what led me to think or be able to say to you that my opinion is absolutely not a third person? Well, I'll tell you. I was trying to understand what is that movement. And I thought, well, what are the possibilities? Well, there's two possibilities. It's a third person, or it's the cloth of the pant that is flapping in the wind. Okay, so I looked at it again and I said, is that a third person, or is it the cloth of a pant that is flapping in the wind? Ah, did you see that? Did you see that? It's the cloth of a pant that's flapping in the wind. It's the cloth. You see how it comes back and forth and back and forth. Now, here's the revelation. Here's the revelation. I said, oh my God, look at those pants. Look at those pants. Watch them. Watch them. Watch them. Watch the pants. Those are not blue jeans. Those are not blue jeans. Wake up call. Wake up call. Those are not blue jeans. Those are not the pants that Abby has on in those crime scenes photos. Those are not the pants that Abby has on as a dead body in those crime scene photos. Those are not pants. Those are not jeans. Those are not jeans. Those are baggy sweats. You know why? Let me tell you why. Whoa, don't fall, Prof. Look, baggy sweats. Baggy sweats. These things will flop in the wind. These things will flop in the wind. They're baggy sweats. They will flop in the wind. Jeans that are fitting ain't going to flop in the winds. You look at the photo of Abby on that ground. She's wearing jeans, and those jeans are snug fitting, and they are absolutely not baggy enough to flop in the wind. So we have a problem here. We have a problem. The problem is that either there's a third girl who's behind that that person taking the film, who we say are Abby, okay, either there's a third girl who leaves no shadow whatsoever and somehow does this really fast, or it's just a matter of fact that what the family has said since day one is true. She was in sweatpants. Remember what the family had always said, what she was wearing? Okay? So this is what I'm telling you right now. This girl is wearing baggy sweat pants. There's no question about it. If you analyze the way that this wind is blowing, the way her pants are flopping, the way the shadows move, it's absolutely certain that those are baggy pants. And actually, if you look at the profile, okay, when it comes, you look at the profile, they're not jeans, they're baggy. Now think about it. Libby is 200 pounds. How is a 200-pound girl going to wear jeans that appear baggy on her? And then when you put them on the 90-pound girl, how are they going to be snug fitting? Like the crime scene photos show. You see, let's look at it again, and you use your critical thinking. Watch it. These are not jeans on that girl. These are baggy. Again, it's gone past that point. Let me back it up. Apologize for the they're sweatpants, okay? They're baggy. Not only are they sweatpants, let's be honest here. She's 200 pounds. These are baggy sweatpants. They're baggy on her. You understand what I mean? They're baggy enough to blow in the wind. Okay, watch them. Watch them. Watch them. You see them? Does that look snug fitting, form fitting to you? Okay. So what I intended to do, look at them. Watch when they come. Watch them. They're going to blow in the wind. Sorry about that. I missed the spot. I'm jumping around. Like I said, you guys have to differentiate between the story you're told, because when people it's like a mind virus, right? Let me stop it for a minute before we look at them again. It's like a mind virus. When someone implants, like a virus, an idea into your mind, you're going to be prejudicial. You're going to use that as the starting point for your conclusions. Okay? When you erase those viri, you're going to actually think. Okay? So what I'm saying to you is, what has been implanted into your mind? Oh, we were mistaken. Libby wasn't wearing sweats. She was wearing jeans. You know, the ones that's in the crime scene photos. Remember, that story didn't come out until after those crime scene photos were leaked. And after the crime scene photos were leaked, Becky Patty and Gray Hughes changed the story. It went from 7 years of Libby was in sweatpants from the school. It suddenly morphed into, no. Abby was in Libby's pants, which are jeans, which means Libby has been in jeans, which means we were accidentally mistaken. We were wrong all these years. No. Look at the fucking video, okay? These are baggy sweatpants on Libby, period. Okay, it's the only way they're going to look baggy and not form-fitting. It's the only way they're going to be flopping in the wind. So we'll go back to it. Like I said, I meant to do an actual organized presentation on this, but since we're here, we'll go with this, and maybe you guys will do better than I would have ever had done. See, stop. So we'll stop here. Now, let me ask you this. We'll back it up 2 seconds. You look at it. These are baggy-ass sweatpants. These are baggy-ass sweatpants flopping in the wind. So you have a choice, Troll Farm and Becky Patty and Nick McClellan. Either these are tight-fitting, form-fitting jeans, and there is a third person behind her walking back and forth, or they're sweatpants. So now you got to choose. Now you got to choose. See, watch. Look, you see that? It's so quick, you'd miss it. But I'm telling you, I went frame by frame through this, okay? Let me just stop again before we go any further. I went frame by frame through this. And what you will figure out is that these are sweatpants. Go frame by frame. They're baggy and they're flopping in the wind. You see? You miss it because it only happens in half a second. And like I said, this is why they never wanted this video released. Watch him. Okay, I'm gonna help you out by getting real close to it before I play it. This girl is wearing baggy sweat pants. There's no other explanation for what you see on the screen. See that? Because guess what, y'all? Jeans don't blow in the wind. Jeans don't blow in the wind. I'm sorry. I don't know how many of you wear jeans. Jeans don't blow in the wind. You see? You can clearly see it. So whatever is the case is that these are not jeans. Okay? The case is that these are not jeans, and this is not a third person. These are baggy sweat type pants on whoever is filming. You see? Like I said, you can go download this video. You can do it. You can do it. Now you explain to me how it's possible that those do that. You explain how it's possible that those jeans would be flopping like that in the wind. It's absolutely impossible. So it's sweatpants. It's got to be sweatpants, which leads you back to the question. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on with the clothing on these girls found at the crime scene? So there's a problem here. See, there's a problem. Remember, as I mentioned, for years, every year, up until the crime scene photos were leaked, for every single day of every single year, up until the time the crime scene photos were leaked, the story was that Libby was in sweatpants with the swimming team or whatever logo on the side. Remember? Am I the only one remembering that? Now, this video seems to corroborate that. That girl, if it is indeed Libby filming, is wearing sweatpants. They're flopping around in the wind and they're looking baggy. Now you go and look at the crime scene photos. And what do the crime scene photos show? Abby has on blue jeans that are somewhat form-fitting. Like I said, I'm not talking about the waist. I'm talking about on the legs of Abby. These jeans fit okay enough. So if Abby was wearing jeans that were on her dead body, it's not what Libby was wearing, because Libby is clearly wearing sweatpants, as the family had said since day one. Remember, it's in every bolo. It's been in every story they've ever told. Okay? Every story that's ever been told, Libby is wearing sweatpants from the school. If you look at this, like I said, these are flopping in the wind. They appear to be baggy. Look at them. You tell me how they appear to be that baggy and they're form-fitting jeans. Sorry. Anyway, that was my impression upon the visual. Okay, see? You see how it moves? I wish I could go frame by frame. I'll have to do that in another. That's what I intended to do for you. Okay, look at them flopping. How are those jeans when they're flopping in the wind? Just someone explain it, because I'm real stupid. See? Anyway, like I said, I did not intend to go into this for you. I thought I would make a proper presentation for you of this aspect, which are the sweatpants that appear to be flopping in the wind. But hey, maybe it's God working things out. Maybe some of you will take it and run with it, because you tell me how those jeans that are tight fitting on Abby on her legs, tell me how they're flopping in the wind on Libby. All right. You're all free to have your opinions, and that's mine. So listen, these are not jeans. I'll do it one more time. I'll do it one more time. Let's see. There's something wrong. Like my whole speculation, you already know my conspiracy theory. My whole speculation is that these girls were no. Let me back it up. My whole speculation with Abby, because remember, Libby's nude. Like, I need you to think critically. Libby's nude. So we don't know what she was on. Listen, if this girl is nude and dead, you don't know what she might have been in prior to being dead. Okay, so imagine she's found dead and nude. So you don't know what she was in. Just because there's clothing found in the creek does not mean that it was on her. Okay, that clothing found in the creek could have easily been taken and tossed in the creek after the fact. Right? So the way I look at it is, well, Abby has clothing on her. So then the question becomes, was Abby brought to the scene dead? And was she placed in clothing to be brought to the scene dead? And that's where I end up at. My theory is that Abby is brought to the scene dead, dressed for transport. In other words, you're not going to transport a nude dead girl, are you? Weekend at Bernie's, right? You're going to put clothing on the dead body to transfer that dead body in clothing, because gosh, wouldn't it be a red flag if you were transporting a nude dead body as opposed to a clothed dead body? So my opinion or my speculation here is that Abby is brought to the Ron Logan property, already deceased, dressed in whatever clothes for the transport. So then you're left with, well, whatever happened to Libby, clearly for me, she was killed at the spot. That's my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm sure others have opinions. My opinion is Libby is killed at the spot. So I don't know. I know one thing. I'll show it to you one more time before we get out of here. There's flopping of pant on the girl filming. You explain how that's possible if those are the genes. I guess to reverse engineer it, I would say this for deductions purposes. If the genes that are on Abby were on the person filming, tell me how in the world are they flopping in the wind and appear to be baggy. I mean, look, clearly, let's be clear here. The jeans on Abby are tight fitting, are they not? Okay, so we're not talking about Abby's clothing. Oh, let me stop it again before we go further, because I'm just trying to point out some of the anomalies in my eyes, in my perception. So like I said, right here, what bothers me is how suddenly her clothing shows. Why are we seeing a sweater or a sweatshirt, I would assume? Why are we seeing the clothing right there? You know? And look at the flopping of the pant. Like I said, these are not jeans flopping like that. Why are these? You see? They're flopping in the wind. It's very stark. Um, and I do have a final comment before I finish this. Okay. See? Flopping. Like I said, you can't really tell if that's a selfie stick or if it's a tree or what it is that might be next to her. It could be a tree, could be a selfie stick, it could be nothing, it could be something. But there's two final points I want to make. See, I see a little shadow there too. Look at that. Did you guys catch that? Watch this one. Whoops, I missed it. It's hard to catch. It's hard to catch. I want to do my frame by frame. I intend to do that soon. Okay, watch. I missed it again. Boy, it's so quick. There's a shadow that moves before you see Abby's hand. Watch. Okay. I'm not saying this is anything or nothing. It's just, see, notice it. Notice it. It could be Abby. I don't know. You see, it could be the wind on the pant. I would ask Eye of Apophis to really look at that, and anybody else with a visual knack. You see that? You see how that shadow moves right there? There's something there that's a little shadowy. What is going on there? You see, what is going on there? So there's that. Okay. There's that right there. You're going to see it. Boom. I don't know what that is. You see the rock in front of you? You see that rock? So before we see that rock, you see a shadow pass. I don't really have an opinion on it. You know, it's something, but I don't know. For me, it's more important is about the sweatpants. And there's a final point. There's two final points. Okay. So one of them is the disturbed ground. Okay. Before we finish, I like to comment on the disturbed ground is pretty interesting. Because when you first see this path, it is, you see how the path is very well worn? The path is disturbed after. So whatever leaf fall has occurred, whatever leaf fall and whatever wet moment happened in the 72 hours prior, there's that disturbed nature of that path, as you can see. Okay. Like I said, you can see the shadow move. See? It's like a ghost. Boy, it barely happens. And what was I going to say? What's the final point? Oh, I know. I know the final point. I don't even have to show you. I can allow it to be seen, but I'll explain for you what to look. Okay, 4. So I'm not going to show it. I'll just pull it down and I'll lecture. Let's do a lecture. Here's a lecture portion here. Final point to do with my impression of the video of these two girls. Maybe we should say three and a guy. And by the way, wouldn't three girls align in some different way? But we'll get to that later. Listen, shoes. Okay, shoes. Final point, shoes. Let's talk about shoes. I'll get the elephant in the room out of the way. Okay. What's the elephant in the room? Profi poo. I'll get it. I'll get to it. Let's see if I can even pull it up because sometimes I have this ready to go. Yeah, I do have it ready to go. Okay. Hey, look here, ladies. Look here, ladies. This photo. Okay. Enough said. Enough said. Converse logo on the wrong side of the shoe, right? Because if you look at Abby's shoes in the Bridge Guy video, it's absolutely clear what's going on with those shoes, with Abby's shoes, that the logo is on the inner side of the shoe. Now, final point. Like I said, I went frame by frame. Very odd thing about this video. The most odd thing to me, above all that I've just said, I don't know, except maybe the whispering. But as far as visually, something that bothers me with this video, Libby shoes. Okay. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because yes, you can see Libby's shoes absolutely clearly. But you know what you can't see in regards to Libby? You can't see the pant. It's almost as if she intentionally didn't film her pant leg or cuffs or the bottom hem of her pant, or if it was all edited out. I don't know what to tell you. All I know is to tell you I killed myself trying to find what pant was on Libby because I thought certainly it's got to be sweatpants. So I tried going frame by frame and finding even a sliver of a sweat pant captured by that camera. And although she captures the toes of her shoe, she never manages to capture even the cuff of her pant, the bottom of her pant, so that you can verify whether it's jeans or sweats. You can't verify the cloth that is on the pant of the person holding the camera because every time the camera pans down to her shoes, yes, you catch the shoes, you catch the shoe strings, but you don't catch the pant that she's wearing. So I would say for all of you out there who are inclined to study this, ask yourself about the shoes. Ask yourself about the pants of both girls. And ask yourself about all this audio that we just heard. And I would say furthermore, the last layer is ask yourself about the crunching sounds and go look at the weather reports, the weather charts, the weather data from those 5 days prior. Remember, that creek it had gone to a peak flood stage, a flood stage, and it had retreated somewhat, 6 to 8, 10 inches, something like that. So there had been so much snow, and that snow had encountered warm weather, which melted the snow, that had caused the creek to rise very dramatically in the days prior. And then in the day prior, that creek had started to come down some. But someone tell me, how is it possible that you hear the amount of crispy cornflake, walking on cornflake style crunching as you hear in this audio if days prior it had snowed? I just don't get it. And like I said, even if you look at the dirt, both in the video of these girls that we just looked at, and in the crime scene photos, and in the photos, particularly of the phone. Remember the photo of the phone that was shown by Nicholas McClelland? Let's see if I can pull that up. If I have that to go, ready to go. Let's see. I may or may not have that ready to go. I don't know. I probably don't. Let's see. Is that it? That is it. What the hell? Okay. If you look at that, even with this, if you look at the soil's blackness, sorry, I kicked myself out. It crashed on me. Whoops. But we're almost done here. I wanted to show you this one. I wanted to show you the blackness of the soil in the third photo here, which is number 11. Okay. Look at number States Exhibit 11 here. You'll see the blackness of the soil. Okay. So what I'm saying is, in these photos of this phone, which let's be clear, this is not a Gryffindor case. This is not Libby's primary phone. Okay, I hope all of you are aware of that. There's zero question with this phone. This is not a blood red Gryffindor Harry Potter iPhone 6s case that is indeed confirmed to be Libby's primary phone. This is another phone in a purple case. Okay, whole other subject on the subject of lies. But in regards to the dampness of the ground, okay, you'll see here that the soil itself is damped. You'll see in the video we just watched 100 times, that disturbed path does appear to have wet soil, but the leaves and the twigs are crispy in the audio. Anyhow, there's so many anomalies, and this has been a closer look at the audio and the BG video analysis, part 2. Like I said, I'm no expert in any of these fields, but I would hope that someone better than me would take this and run with it, do something better with it, do some more with it. I did not intend to go into Libby's sweatpants in the shadows or as revealed by the shadows, but I suppose we did do so. So we ended up going into the visuals more than I anticipated, but I do think there's a problem here. Okay, there's a problem here. There's no way that the jeans that Abby's dead body is found in were on Libby blowing in the wind the way that these shadows show us in this video. So something's afoot. Now, what is it? My speculation is that the whole story is incorrect, right? The way that these girls were found is a totally separate incident from what's captured on this video. And that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Anyway, I appreciate you all for being here. I hope that this was of somewhat importance to you. And I promise I will make these raw files available to you that we reviewed today. Okay. All of this audio that we reviewed today, maybe tonight, if I can manage to do it tonight before I pass out, will be on both channels, free for you to download and listen at your own leisure. And should I not accomplish it tonight, by tomorrow for sure, you'll have both videos, and hopefully the stereo imaging will also be available on the one where I covered the stereo imaging, because when you review the stereo imaging, you'll be surprised. And hey, if you're not able to in my way, how about you go into your own technology, your own computer, maybe download an audio program, start panning left and right to the extreme when you're listening to the audio, and you're going to discover that there's some things that teaches you, that in the left channel and the right channel, you're informed of different things and where people are more so than other places. So enjoy the stereo imaging, even if I'm not able to provide it to you because of the compression or whatever the applications are doing here with our files. But I want to thank everyone for being here. This was a long, a tedious, but a great listen and a look at things. And I think that all of you, this will be here hopefully for a long time for all of you to come back to and take a little listen to. All right, and really, bottom line here, there's something wrong, right? See, just like we knew from the case, we all followed the court case extremely closely. And it was very apparent to us that there's something wrong with the court case. I mean, after all, we've reviewed every filing thoroughly. And as I've said before, I have consistently criticized the defense for where I felt that they fell short. But I've also acknowledged where they did a good job. And the defense has done a very good job at laying down a case record for the appeal, right? I've said that. I've acknowledged that. In every filing, they have delineated where the problems are here for the most part. And so as we went through all of these filings and studying these filings and reading through every single one multiple times, and we've gone through this experience as a group together, community together, we've discovered that, yes, absolutely, this entire legal case on the Delphi murders has been absolutely unfounded. It's been a house of cards. It's been a total falsity in every way, right? And the defense has demonstrated that in their filings for the most part. And it's interesting though, because here with firsthand evidence, remember the Abbey on the bridge photo, we can demonstrate there's falsity. And now with this BG video, which is why we're taking the time to look at it, we can demonstrate there are problems here that arise with the state's narrative. For instance, how do you explain the whispering? You cannot explain that. How do you explain the comfort level of these three? The girl, the other girl, and the bridge guy. How do you explain that? How do you explain the vehicle approaching in close proximity to the camera? Listen, you guys don't understand how sound travels. Yes, low frequencies do travel quite a far distance, which is how with your own ears, you can hear quite a far distance. But in a phone camera with the most tiniest microphone imaginable, with the diaphragm being this size of a less than a millimeter, you'll never hear a vehicle approaching from a mile or two or three away in a phone camera the way you would with your own ears. There's something wrong here in that we can hear that vehicle approaching so loudly with such amplitude or volume or power or signal strength. There's something wrong here with hearing that vehicle approach. There's something wrong here with the whispering. There's something wrong here with the sweatpants flopping in the wind, the shadows moving. There's problems here. There's also something wrong here with the fact that this is not Libby's primary Gryffindor cased phone. This is a different phone in a different case. There's so many lies that have been told. And let's not forget, there's just the general what's the word? Absurdity of the fact that these girls' bodies were not found for 19 hours, many of those hours being in broad daylight. Okay, so there's something wrong here. And if you've not yet been convinced, that's okay. We're not trying to convince you. At some point, you will be convinced because the facts will come to the surface, will come to light. There's something wrong here. And so there's another 100 points that we could easily point towards in regards to all the things that are wrong, including the headphone jack being activated, plugged in and out at odd times that don't align with the state's theory, the entire confession scenario, where we have a gentleman in Chicago confessing to the murders. We have a gentleman in the YouTube sphere confessing to the murders. We have other individuals confessing to murders. We have Elvis Fields confessing to the murders and his sisters both passing polygraphs. We have so many things we could hit on that are wrong with this case. But hey, the bulk of it says something here. There's an absurdity, okay? And there's a crime here. And the crime being that you've convinced a jury that this case is over and done with, and Richard Allen is your only culprit and is a culprit, none of which we know to be true. And actually, we know the opposite to be true. There's no way on earth that justice has been served when nothing has been explained in this case, including who the hell is whispering? So, who's paying the trolls for 7 years to troll farm the community, of which there's proof for, which you don't even know exists, but you will be seeing when I'm ready to show it to you. Anyway, God bless you all. Let me say boom shakalaka to all my wonderful viewers who happen to be in a live chat. And if you're just in the lurker crew, please join the live chat. I'd like to say thank you most of all to those who've contributed to the channel with donations, send super chats, maybe sent me some intel in the inbox, maybe just been nice to me at times when nobody else has been nice. I appreciate all of those things. And I also appreciate all of you for simply commenting in the live chats and also on the replays as these videos go on into the future. Because as I told my friend earlier today, I would not keep doing this if it was not for all the people who make it worth doing by being nice in the chats. So special thank you to my chat members. So I want to shout them out now. Okay. Primarily, I want to start with my angel in human form, and that's Amy. Amy has been here since I started the channel to be an assistant, and that's why I call her my main mod, because she's just been an absolute sweetheart. And I've always called her Amy with the flowers, because she also always put flowers in my chat, even when my heart was broken and I was lashing out at everyone for the constant harassment and attacking my family. So Amy has been amazing, and I just want to thank Amy. And even though Amy contributes in all ways to modding, Amy's silly ass will also contribute to the super chats, which is absolutely insane to me, because there's no way Amy should be sending super chats. Amy, I don't want your money. I don't need your money, Amy. Yeah, you've done enough. Trust me. But God bless Amy with the flowers. And I also want to say, oh, I lost track. I'm just thinking of how Amy has been so selfless, because every time I come on, she's here no matter what. Rain or shine. Amy with the flowers is here. It's actually caused me to lose track of what I was going to say. But everyone else, I want to thank you as well, because you've also just been so wonderful. And so I'll thank you all before we get out of here, and we'll go on to our lives and our families. But thank you to Amy primarily, and also to everyone else who's just been so amazing. And so let me say thank you to some of you. I might remember what I was going to say. But yeah, special thank you to Jenny, to Untamable, to Dan Jones, to Cromley, to Happy Brown, to Dirty Diana, Heavy Metal Rehab, Nicole Watt, Oleg Cat, Lisa, Sweet Dude Shibby, Digital, Mar R, Spike Dog, Christina, I have Apophis, Giepsy. I know I never say your name properly. Pardon me, I'm a retard. Okay, Cromley, Laura, Silenced, Megan, True Tammy, Breenans, Stephanie, Spike Dog. Who else is in here? Let's see, we got Jim Chrisman, Dan Jones. I might have already said hello. Rebecca Ann, 1965. She's my sweetheart. Wolf Eyes 8. I don't have all day. We also have Miss Pie Crust. We got Noe Amos. We got Digital. We got Topher. We got Mark Ellis. Thank you, Mark Ellis. Jake Brooks. Thank you, Jake Brooks. Okay, we got CJ Laz. What's up, CJ Laz? Okay, we got Brenda Mays. You know what movie I really adore is oh, what is it called? You know, with the guys from Saturday Night Live when they go camping with their families. I forget the name of it. But your one guy, he says, him and his girlfriend say mice. They won't say corn, but they'll say mice, 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 mice. Every time I see your name, Brenda, I think of that scene because that's a funny, funny scene to me. What's it called? What's it called? Wolf Eyes 8. What's up, Wolf Eyes 8? You know the movie. You know the movie. It's what's up, Debbie Packer and GTO? It's called it's Adam Sandler and all the alumni from Saturday Night Live have that movie. Uh, but that's one of my favorite movies to watch with my kids. Okay, it's the end of story. Okay, yeah. All right, Kay and Christina, and we got Carla Ann. All right, Mar R. I already said that, but I'll say it 5 times because I love you that much. And It's a New Day, and we got Jim Chrisman, Kayla, and hey, she. I forget everyone else. Okay, everyone else who's been here super earlier. Thank you. Let me especially thank the contributors to the channel. By the way, did we make our goal of 10 super chats? I don't know if we did or if we didn't, but hopefully we made our goal of 10 super chats. Maybe Amy will tell me. Big shout out to Frenchie6290. Also, Candy M. Gloria Sterrett. Okay. Kaleida Hope. Trial Junkie. And everyone else who is here. Nancy Montgomery. Chevy Killa. Commentator Root. Faith Ross. Shay Watson. Omart Newmart. LMG. Also Aaron Town. Crystal Lynn. All of you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. And our contributors tonight were Dom S., Jennifer Hoff, 26 Dead Zombies, artist formerly known, became a member or renewed her membership. I'm not sure. Jennifer Hoff, Rebecca Ann, Marie Kelly, Oleg Cat gifted a membership. Mark Ellis gave a super chat. Dennis McKean, It's a God Thing, Chevy Killer, Dirty Diana, and I want to thank Chevy Killer especially. He says, take your son out this weekend for burgers, prof, or video games at arcade. Promise I will, Chevy. I don't know if you're still here, Chevy Killer. You might have gone, you might not. I'm not sure. I hope you didn't go. Hope you're still here. Chevy, I promise you, just for you, brother, just for you, I'm going to bring my little buddy out to Culver's. We like going to Culver's. Okay, sometimes what we do, sometimes we go to different places, but his absolute favorite is to go hang out with Dad at Culver's. So we're going to go to Culver's this weekend and enjoy a meal on you, Chevy Killer. So thank you for sending that, Chevy Killer. I appreciate you, and I love you, dude, and you know it already. Okay. Let me see who else is here that I might have missed. All right, well, that's it. That's it. I've seen everyone was here. Like I said, if you happen to be on the replay, all right, and if you happen to have not yet put in your earbuds for this, listen, highly recommend. Highly recommend. What's up, True Tammy? Okay, True Tammy. Anyone else I missed? Lisa B. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. Jenny Grohl. What's up, Jenny? No Way. What's up, No Way? Okay, not oh, it's Grown Ups. Yes. Yes, Kaleida Hope. You're amazing. It's Grown Ups. Anyone who has not seen Grown Ups, and if you have kids, watch Grown Ups with your kids. It's the absolute most family-loving movie you've ever seen. Grown Ups is amazing. Okay, Grown Ups is amazing. It's a laugh that you can have with your kids. And so go have the laugh with your kids. You understand what I mean? You know? What's up, Jake Brooks? The audio does have a lot of clues. Yeah. So anyway, Jake Brooks is super freaking awesome. Culver's is super freaking awesome. Grown Ups is super freaking awesome. Christina Dean, what's up, beautiful? Thank you for being here, and thank you for the compliment. Untamable, thank you for the compliment. My brother Dan Jones. I can't speak. I'm stuttering. My brother Dan Jones says the whispering voice is very sibilant. I'm hours behind, late start, and I totally agree, Dan. This is what I mean. That I think that as a community effort, as a crowdsourced effort, we can make some headway on this audio that has not been made, and even on the video. But this audio has a lot to tell. We just have to get there. And like I said, I'm no expert. I'm just helping in the way that I can at this moment. I may get better in the future. Someone may send me some tips, or maybe someone would take the ball and run with it. Faith Ross, Phi dessert at Culver's, or for dessert at Culver's. Well, damn, my look, me and my little buddy can't handle all that, Faith Ross. But maybe we'll make a second trip next week. Maybe we'll do 2 trips. So thank you, Faith Ross. My little buddy loves so much the Culver's. We often get fries, burgers, and the what is it called? Concretes or the little ice creams. But trust me, you'll leave there feeling fat and full of salt and sugar. But I like it better than McDonald's, or it's much better than McDonald's or Sonic, which is our other guilty pleasures. Okay, so from time to time, the Happy Meal goes to the buddy, and the Sonic goes to the daddy. But let's be real here. Culver's is head and shoulders above the Sonic and the McDonald's. So yeah, God bless you all. I really just really appreciate you all. This has been wonderful to see you all here. Anyway, Christina, they don't want a community working together. They know there's power in numbers and we can get so much accomplished. Well, that's why we've been here. And like I said, I don't mean to be mean to anyone. I'm never trying to be mean for the sake of being mean. I'm trying to be mean to make things happen. Okay? So listen, the fact is a lot of shit has gone down that should not have gone down, that could have worked out better and been done better. And so if you think I'm mean, well, let's everybody step it up a notch. Let's raise the bar in this community, okay? Concrete mixers, that's what it is. That's what it is. And it's still junk food. Hey, but it's the tastiest of the crap, right? It's the tastiest of the junk food. Grown Ups is the movie. Anyway, appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. All right, y'all. So listen, everyone, question for you all as we go out. What the hell is Judge Gold's problem? Why do the people of Indiana and the citizens of the United States of America not yet have all of the public available exhibits, which means the exhibits not under seal for the case of the state of Indiana v. Richard Allen? Why? How is it possible that the judge could delay the releasing of the publicly available trial exhibits that are not under seal to the citizens of the state of Indiana when that's who she is supposed to be accountable to? Question for you, because it's a bad issue. And why are we arguing over this? Why are we arguing over the fact that we're arguing over a video that was leaked because the judge has not done her responsibility in releasing to the public that which is theirs? So I encourage you, I implore you all, hold the judge accountable for her clear, insane, unhinged bias, obstinance, and obstruction of justice. Anyway, God bless you all. God bless Libby and Abby. God bless the families of Libby and Abby. And God bless the United States of America. I love you all, and I will see you tomorrow night. I hope to be back with an amazing Friday show, or the show won't be amazing, but all of you in the live chat will be amazing. And so I'm looking forward to the live chat tomorrow night. So see you all then. Friday night show. God bless. Hug your kids, hug your wife.